A popular mailing within the personal marketing system is the mailing with the date as a starting point. Do you want to inform cardholders about a nice workshop, an expert who will visit you to advise customers, or do you have a nice offer for the cardholders? With this mailing, it can work very well and there's a lot of variation possible.
After logging into personal marketing, go to Recipes in the menu and then click on New Recipe at the top right. Here you select the first block, Sending a mailing by date. I will go to the demo version I've set up for you. Here you see the start screen for composing mailings. This page or tab is the same for every type of mailing. You start by entering the recipe name. I recommend turning this into something like Garden Center X / flower bulbs, so that means category, and then always the month and the year. This way, then later when you have a list of different mailings, you can always use the search bar to search by the subject, but also by month or year. You can leave the group box empty. This box allows you to assign certain toppings of mailings to a group if you like. At the profile, you can select an existing profile by choosing it in the bar, or you can watch the video about creating a profile for this. You can also create a profile on the spot. If you want this, choose the button New Profile, and then if you scroll down, all the sections we've discussed before come here into place. Click Submit, and then your new profile will show up here. Also think about the different combinations you can make. For example, if you have a pond expert from Velda come by at the weekend to provide information, you can use this mailing in combination with a profile in which the pond buyers are represented. What you could even do is not only add the product group pond in the profile, but also link a minimum balance so that, for example, you can not only inform and invite customers, but select them from £5 or up saved on their card to give them a special offer in return for their points. Below these fields, you can find 3 checkboxes. You can check the top one. This prevents customers from receiving the email twice. You can check the option below if, for example, one customer has several active cards that are linked to the same email address. The system then picks out these duplicate email addresses. The bottom check mark is used only in an emergency. We have set that one email address per week cannot receive more than 2 emails. This is because a higher number can be seen as annoying. You would therefore only use this check mark for a rectification, for example. Click on the next step to arrive at the date settings step. You can choose a fixed date, where you can select a day on the calendar. With the second option, you can select a day of the week, even within a defined period, in which you can always send a mailing. You can use this option if, for example, you want to send out a special offer every week exclusively for customer card holders, whereby you can always adjust this same email. The third option is to send out a monthly mailing. With these last 2 options, you can indicate whether these are recurring mailings, can only be sent within a certain period, for example, spring offers, or whether you want them to continue. In this case, we selected a fixed date. Click on Next Step and you will arrive at the discount coupon. You can use this after you have first created it yourself in the menu at Vouchers. But my personal preference is for your own design when sending out discount coupons. In a program such as Canva, which is a free online tool, you have great options and you can upload your own photos, videos and logos to stay completely aligned within your company's style. With your own design, you can skip this step and click through to the 4th tab, Email. Start by selecting Add Email and then all the entry fields will appear. You will first see 4 entry fields: the subject, the text, opening text and the closing text. The opening text is the one which appears first in the subject line of the inbox of the customer. So if there are any characters left, then the subject of the email will follow. So think about it carefully. The opening text should always be a teaser. Think, for example, of something like, "Have you heard? Keep your grass more green than that of the neighbors." Put something there that will make the reader want to open the email. You can then add something at the subject line like, "The Christmas trees have arrived," or "Our expert will tell you all about it this weekend." I always use the closing text for the next informative sentence. You are receiving this email because you are a registered loyalty card holder from this and this location. This reminds them that it is not a spam email and that they have signed up for this themselves. In the text box, you have the option to create your content of your mailing. As you can see in above, you can add your text, you can add images here where you can click the image icon. This is actually quite obvious. You can browse, upload an image, and what's important for uploading images is that you always use the width of 500 pixels. Make sure this lock is locked so that your image doesn't look distorted. If you are looking for a more playful layout, you can also work with tables. If you see here, I've inserted 2 different separate rows with 2 cells in it. You can enter whatever you like, make sure the width is 500 pixels wide, and use a border size of 0 if you don't want to see any lines. Like this, you can play around with text and image. So you can upload in one cell an image, in the other one text. You can select text and make it bold, change the sizes, change the colors, change even the font, do whatever you like. So this is actually the content box where you can offer customers inspiration in combination with triggers of products that are available. You can invite them to activities, but you can also send them special offers that match their purchasing behavior. If you go below, you can see the set time. And for example, you can select if you want the mailing to be sent in the morning, rather at the end of the day or at the afternoon, maybe early in the evening. Make sure you leave the time range very wide because with large numbers of emails, the system may need some extra time to process everything. So do not set send between 10 and 10:15, but just leave the second one till midnight or hours later. When you have finished formatting your email, you can click Send Preview, and a preview will be sent to your inbox. There you can view the mailing and make changes as much as you want. When you are sure of your preview after adjusting a couple of times, then save the mailing and activate it in the list with recipes by clicking this box. Please note that the date and time should be in the future. For example, if you have been working on a mailing and it is set for Tuesday 10 o'clock and you finally activate it on the same Tuesday at 10:30, the mailing will not be sent.
This was the first video about the layout of a mailing. In this, we broadly cover the different types of emails. The next video you can watch is sending a personal marketing mailing in response to customers' purchases.